So here on a baking tray, I have my Hawaiian rolls, and you can see that I hollowed out the inside. I just put that in a bowl next to me, and I'll show you what we do with that in a second. So once you have a good amount in there, look, you can just kind of get it that pulls and just put it on the sides. So we are gonna season it. So my favorite seasoning as of late, Italian seasoning, just throw a bunch in here. We want this bread to be really flavorful. So go ahead and you can even sprinkle some on the sides. I do have my oven preheating at 375 degrees, so just make sure you do that. Here I have some garlic powder. Garlic and butter and bread just go perfect together. And for a touch of spice, some red chili flakes. So you can see that this bread already by itself is just gonna be super well seasoned, and it's gonna be really flavorful. So let's go ahead and move this one to the side. So here in a smaller dish, you can see I got all the rest of the pieces of the Hawaiian bread, and you can just kind of break it apart a little bit. We are gonna be throwing some more of that butter. That's why I saved some. So just go ahead and throw some in there. So next here I have a little bit of extra cheese that I found in my fridge. And this is what I like doing with my recipes. Whatever I can use left over, I really like making sure I get the use out of everything. So we are gonna season this as well. So just go ahead and throw your Italian seasoning. And I'm gonna come back with the same one. So it's gonna be the garlic powder and then some red chili flakes. These seasonings together, I swear they just smell so good. So I'm just gonna take my hands real quick, just make sure you wash your hands, and we're just gonna lightly toss these. So as the cheese melts with the butter and everything, this is gonna kind of keep all of this bread together, and it is just gonna come out super wonderful. Okay, so once you have that all mixed in, they're both gonna go into the oven for about 15 minutes. So while that is in the oven, this gives us time to work on our filling. So here I have some unseasoned ground beef, and we're gonna throw some Rotel tomatoes in there. I'm leaving the ground beef unseasoned because the ingredients we add in here are gonna add a ton of flavor, so you don't really need seasonings too much. And here I have a queso chili dip. So all of this is gonna go inside of Hawaiian rolls, and I'm telling you, it is to die for. So once you have these three in here, this filling is super simple. Just go ahead and mix it around. Okay, so once everything is mixed in, you can go ahead and set this to the side while we wait for our Hawaiian rolls to cook. And look at this bread. So I did take it out of the oven and let it cool for a little bit. You can see we have all these nice crispy edges, and it just looks so amazing. So here we have our filling. We're just gonna pour this right in there. So you can see this is exactly why we wanted to just take out the inside of this Hawaiian rolls. It makes the perfect bowl for this recipe. So once you have that in there, just go ahead and smooth it out. Just want to make sure that we fill up all of the edges. And you can see just this 1 pound of ground beef and the 1 jar of salsa fits in so beautifully inside. So I do still have my oven on at 375 degrees. We are gonna stick this back in there, but we just did that first cook just so that the bread can get nice and crispy. And for one last touch, so here I have some sharp white cheddar cheese. Just go ahead and pour this on top. This is gonna melt right over and just kind of help keep everything together, as well as add some more cheese, because you know what? Who doesn't like extra cheese? I'm just gonna take the rest of the bag, and then we can just kind of spread it on top with our fingers. So go ahead, this is gonna go back in at 375 for about 12 to 13 minutes. This is looking like a masterpiece. I am so ready to dig in. So I'm just gonna cut some big slices. You can hear how crispy that bread is on the outside. So we just wanna make sure we break through the cheese and everything. And let's see if I cut through all the way. This bread is so crispy, and look at that. So this is gonna be a little bit messy, but you know what? That makes for a tasty recipe. Cannot wait to taste this one. All right, let's go ahead and see how this one turned out. So here I just got myself what I feel like is a perfect bite. Those chili flakes I put in caught me off guard. I forgot I put them in there. It is a little spicy, but this is absolutely amazing.